Hello, little pixies. I hope that you guys all had a great Thanksgiving if you live in the United States, and if you don't, I hope that you had a great whatever day of the week Thanksgiving was. Last Thursday. I really know what day of the week it is. Anyway, I hope that you guys had a great holiday there, or non-holiday. I know that a lot of people really look forward to November for the fact that you get a couple of days off there to go ahead and kind of share it with friends and family, do some Black Friday shopping, and kind of get ready for Christmas. And if you don't do that, then most people kind of look at November as kind of the gear up to Christmas. But the way that I look at November is actually something completely different. See, in November, the National Novel Writing Month is something that happens, and every year from the 1st to the 30th of November, the goal is to write 50,000 words so that you can produce a novel of your own and get those ideas that are in your head out of your head and onto the paper. Now, this is really cool because it allows you to kind of just be completely creative with what you're doing, and there's all kinds of different challenges, write-ins, things like that happen in your area and also online that allow you to go ahead and put some things that you might not normally put into your novel in your novel. Now, I've done Nano since 2008, so it's been a while that I've actually been working on writing novels and things like that. Most of them, I'll get to December, start reading back through them and be like, what did I write and why is this person on fire and what happened here? But some of them actually are really cool in terms of what I've written and stuff like that. The best thing is that Nano just makes you feel accomplished. What you do is you just sit down and you kind of type out whatever's in your head, you put it down on paper, and then you go, I did it. I wrote a novel. It might not make any sense. I might read it tomorrow and say, what the heck was I thinking when I wrote that at 5:30 in the morning after drinking 12 cups of coffee? But I did it. And that's something that's really awesome about Nano. Now, a lot of people do know about it, a lot of people participate in it because it's a really great nonprofit organization that just allows you to be creative in terms of whatever you want to do. Now, most people tend to write novels, but you can really do whatever you want. I know a lot of people who've done poetry, who've done short stories, who've done plays, scripts, things like that. The whole concept is just getting your ideas out onto paper so that way you can start editing them and you can say, here's what I've done with my life. That sounds really freaking depressing. It's a way to take all the creativity that's in your head when you're walking around and you're thinking, oh, that would be so good to put into a novel, or that character would be so awesome if I could just, kind of flesh them out a little bit more, and you just put them all down on paper. For me, in the past, I've written some really weird things that have involved lost kingdoms crossed with sports cars and other stuff. I don't really know. I'm kind of scared to go back and look at some of the things that I wrote back in 2008, 2009. But I've noticed that it's actually helped me grow a lot in terms of my creativity, and it also makes me feel really accomplished at the end of the month when I can say I did it. I wrote 50,000 words, and I'm not a published author, but I am an author, and that's something that's really cool for me. I think that it's something that a lot more people might enjoy if they were to kind of just go get their hands on the whole concept and maybe build up a storyline of their own, because so many great books have come out of just people sitting down and key smashing and doing whatever that they want in terms of writing a novel. And NaNoWriMo has actually done a lot in terms of making sure that that happens. So that's something that I'm really grateful for this year. I'm grateful for it every year that it's existed, that I've known about it, but I'm also really grateful for it for this year because it's allowed me to be a lot more creative when I haven't had the time to be creative. Because when you think about it, sitting down and writing 1,600 or so words a day sounds like a lot of work, but once you kind of get into the process of doing it and writing the things that you want to write, it can take you a half hour. And then you've got something that you didn't think that you were going to end up writing just by sitting down and staring at an empty Word document. Or it can give you an existential life crisis when you're staring at that empty Word document saying, oh God, what am I doing with my life? But we don't talk about that. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to National Novel Writing Month because that's something that I've been doing for almost 10 years of my life now. And I think it's something that more people can definitely look into and just enjoy in terms of writing random things or crazy things or stupid things that you might have thought, hey, that sounds like a good idea, but I'll never actually do anything with it. It's just allowed me to do a lot in terms of my creativity, and it's allowed me to kind of want to add my own novels to that bookshelf back there. So we'll see what happens in the future. This year was just kind of me writing short stories, trying to just get some things done in between phone calls when I was at work. Don't tell my bosses that I was writing novels at work. It's a great way to just kind of expand your creativity. And since it's the last day of November and I'm in the process of kind of getting my novel validated for this year, I just kind of wanted to give a shout out to NaNoWriMo, to the people who created it, to the people who created it, to the people who participated in it, and to anyone who's ever thought of writing a novel, because it's an awesome way to just kind of express yourself without having to be like, oh gosh, let me sit down and let's plot this, and where does this character go? What do I do with this one? Oh god, they're in a forest, how did that happen? It just allows you to be free. And that sounded strangely poetic there. Anyway. So if you guys have ever participated in Nano, or maybe thought about participating in Nano, go ahead and let me know in the comments here. Maybe we can kind of talk about the novels that you wrote, the novels that I wrote, things like that, and get to know a little bit more about what you guys like to write. Now, if you've ever thought about participating in Nano, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and leave a link there in the description, so that way you can go ahead and check out their site there. If you found this video even mildly interesting, go ahead and hit that like button there, so that way I know what you guys are looking for in terms of videos, and I can do more cool things, maybe talk about writing, or maybe talk about things that I'm interested in, stuff like that. Also, feel free to go ahead and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all those cool things where I'll just post random photos of my cats, because I'm really just an 80-year-old cat lady at heart. So thanks for watching this video. Thanks for listening to my random ramblings about writing, and bye!